yeah. Who is the immigrant? If we are living in the same land and sharing the same sun. Who is the immigrant?
Now we welcome to Impact creator-producer Tarek Mounib. He was born and raised in Canada to Egyptian parents and moved to Switzerland over 15 years ago, where he received Swiss citizenship. A successful entrepreneur for more than 25 years, he has run 2 software companies. Having long been fascinated with fostering a sincere dialogue and a better understanding of different points of view, his recent focus has been on creating projects that contribute to the well-being of humanity and bringing people of various backgrounds and cultures closer together. If a film is a reflection of its creator, Free Trip to Egypt and Tarek Mounib are truly that film and filmmaker. Welcome to Impact, Tarek.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you know what, we've had conversation and I can see how you really match that project. So tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and you're Canadian Egyptian. What are you doing in the United States? How do you get here? Did you cross the border?
Yeah, they haven't built a wall between
Not
Canada
yet.
and the United States.
Exactly.
So basically, what brought me to the United States was my fear of what was happening. I think, like many of us at the end of 2016, was really concerned about what was happening in the world and how polarized we were becoming.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the fact that I felt this discomfort towards Americans and fear of them, especially since I grew up in North America and I had so many road trips with my American friends. So I made it a point of, and the film was that, of coming here and discovering for myself what people were going through.
So tell me your experience growing up in Canada as a child, in Switzerland, I can say. Did you experience any kind of discrimination?
Well, as a child, I was born in Halifax, and I was the only Muslim child in my class and stuff of that sort. So any type of difference as a child
stood out.
is not welcome. And in the 70s as well, Islam was looked at with suspicion and stuff of that sort. So it was quite embarrassing for me to be a Muslim, and I had to hide it. And we had there was
That's tough.
things. Yeah, it was tough, and our house was vandalized. They spray painted Paki on our house, and what was interesting, what showed the difference between generations, is as we were driving out, and my sister and I were in the back seat, seeing Paki sprayed painted on our house.
What is Paki?
It's the derogatory term for Pakistani.
Oh, I thought so. I just wasn't sure.
And what's interesting...
But you're not even Pakistani.
We're not even Pakistani. And that was the irony. As we were driving out, my father looked up at the graffiti and he's like, Pack 1? What does Pack 1?
That is asking just like me here.
Yeah, exactly. And then we're the kids saying, Dad, it's Pakistani. And then he's like, but we're not Pakistani.
And even if we were, think about it. And even if we were,
exactly.
Think about it.
So these were the things that I mean.
So did that motivate you? Is that part of the motivation doing this project? Why did you do this project?
Yeah, I think I grew up. I wasn't confronted that much anymore with racism. I think I integrated quite well and had a good relationship in Canada and America when I would travel in Europe. But I knew the pain of being discriminated against. So when I see Americans being fearful of Muslims or vice versa, it just breaks my heart.
It certainly is heartbreaking. What do you hope to accomplish, therefore, with this great project?
Well, I'm really hoping that the film will convey the journey that I personally experienced, as well as the journey that the Americans experienced and the Egyptians experienced.
Yes.
And that journey gave me a renewed faith in humanity. I wasn't always this optimistic about where the world was going, but this experience of connecting one human at a time showed me that there is hope, and showed me that certain views that I'm afraid of, those people aren't necessarily bad.
Wow.
And if we can just reach out and talk, there is hope.
We're going to start calling you Saint Tarek, because you just, with everything you went through.
Don't give my son more material to make fun of me.
And everything. And yet you're so positive in saying, let's give love instead of the same hate that we're being given. So what are some of the lessons that you learned from the people that, you embarked on this trip with, and even those that didn't go?
Well, there was such a number of lessons. I mean, for example, the first thing that comes out is we met a former Marine at a Trump rally.
Yes.
And he's a very large man, built well, with a beard, and I just had my own preconceptions of what this guy's going to be like. You find what comes to mind, a Marine at a Trump rally, right?
I know.
But as I met him, he has a tattoo on his shoulder, which is a biblical verse.
Yes.
That the greatest love is laying down your life for your brother.
Yes.
Right? And that's his whole motivation of being a Marine is love. And I discovered that this guy is the kindest guy you can ever meet, full of love in his heart.
Yes.
So it made me realize, you know what? I'm not without my own preconceptions.
Good. I was so hoping that you would stay with that positivity, because I was afraid, what if he had that verse and then turn around and be so bigoted? It's like, what a contradiction. Because a lot of people are like, the distance, the faith from the actual reality.
Right. But it's interesting, again, what is really bigoted? Because when I met him, he was also for the Muslim ban and for the wall.
Oh, okay.
Right? But he's definitely not a bigoted person.
He's kind, but he's for the wall and the Muslim ban.
Right. But you need to understand why.
Okay, tell me
why. Right? I don't want to represent his views here, but but the point is, a lot of people, the word wall scares people.
Yes.
For some people, it's a term of prejudice.
Yes.
For others, it's just simply security.
Security.
Right.
But security against what?
Well,
a Muslim child?
No, people are genuinely afraid of the outside world, right? And they just simply want to live in peace and happiness. So if they don't know these people, if they've never met Muslims or Mexicans, etc., they're going to build up this fear.
Yes.
So just because they have a view of a wall, I don't want to say they're bigoted and walk away from them as if they're my enemy.
Yes.
I want to talk to them, understand them, and let's, dissolve our fear together.
Absolutely. You said it all. And I hope the whole world can just be like Tarek. Okay. So Tarek, how can our listeners, our viewers see this documentary beyond this period?
We're screening the film across the 500 theaters. As was mentioned before, freetriptoegypt.com.
Yes.
Join our mailing list. Look at the website. We'll have the latest information on how people can join
And I think beyond this, if they ever want, they can always go to that website for updates for what will happen in the future. Thank you so much for bringing this joy and making us see life from a different perspective, that we can all and should all just get along. And I wish you all the best, and maybe listening to any distribution companies out there if they're interested, right?
Sure.
I'm just throwing that out like a filmmaker myself.
Sure. Sure. But we're very cautious about the distribution companies. We don't want to sell the rights. And then simply that a company just, shelves it. For me, it's more important to get the message out. So if there's a distribution company that as passionately believes in the message of unity as we do, then we'd love to partner with them.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and ideas, and all the best. And this is Impact with Pamela and Chang on Pacifica Radio, KPFK 90.7 FM. It's been a pleasure.